So what's going on? Now this video is going to be a real cool one, and I hope you like it. So what we're going to talk about in this is basically, I mean this from the truest consent, which is why you should question everything you believe and erase all the memory you can to a certain extent, more so your intellect, because your memory is usually built on something, how you felt about a certain situation, especially trauma and emotional. It's installed in your memory. It's always going to be there. Whether you want to connect with it or not, it's going to be up your choice, and whether you want to feel it or not. Some people act like they never had it. Some people it burns them every day. Some people it's there a little bit and it goes away. The truth is, our whole history is a lie. It's written in a book by someone, and it's not the correct knowledge. They hide knowledge from you. The real knowledge, suppression of technology, it's already here. Let me say this before I dive deeper into this. Subscribe to the channel. We are the greatest technology. We will never create anything better than ourselves, because we are the creation. We can only mimic it, which is what monkey see and monkey do would actually do anyway in a natural selection and things along those lines. It's just naturally there. That's why naturally there's truth. Naturally we don't need really technology, though it can better ourselves in humanity and we can take advantage of it. It can also destroy you. Everything has a double-edged sword, especially when we break away from kind of like natural things per se, going kind of against of our creation, trying to replicate our creation, just like Frankenstein. Is Frankenstein a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know. You know, there's different stories to it. Anywho, all our history has been swept and lied to us. All science is basically fallacy, false, faux, not real, not facts. It's not. It's made up. All the books and everything they've ever taught you, there's no such thing as 1500 BC, 2000 BC. Time is a continuous thing, and it's linear, and it goes forward. All your ancestors were living on the same land. Things may have changed. The humans may have changed. I believe there's other human species out here. More so, there's probably things that live underground, which people want to say aliens, different type of extraterrestrials, and we can even say the lizards, basically. And they say that lizards are what's controlling most of the world. Our history is deeper than you think it is, and it's more than it is. It swept us because they don't want you to know it. They want to rewrite history so they can control you. These people, we're controlled by higher powers, but don't let it get to you. It's just a fear thing. It's all in your head. They are real, but they're not showing their physical form because they don't have the strength to convey it and to beat us, because we're strong on our own. We are everything ourselves. We are just them. So them killing, they can't kill us. They kind of want to manipulate us and experiment us and us be like a zoo for them. They would like us to terrorize us and to suffer. Now, it's all about your perspective and how you think and how you live your life and the truth that it is. Truth is, I think there's evil out there, and our history has been lied to us. For instance, the pyramids and the Sphinx, the Colosseums, we know this knowledge. They don't want us to know the truth. For instance, Tesla, who's been recorded in mentally, and I pray for all the people that sacrifice themselves, activists that fight for themselves, everyone that stood up, Martin Luther King, the people that have unheard voices that's never been heard. I stand up for you guys too, and I feel for everything. The people, even Dr. Sebi, the people that try to heal people, commit to things, want better for people. They don't want you to have that. Free energy, they don't want you to have that. Why would anyone want you to have free energy? They don't want you to survive in a healthy way. They don't want you to thrive. They don't want to thrive with you. They want to go against you. Kind of like that Dr. Seuss story. I'm not sure if it's the Lorax. It's not the Lorax. It's the guy with the stars, and everyone wants, all the little guys want to be like each other, except they always bend their back and go against each other to be like each other. First they have the star, then they have a nose, then they have all this. They're always trying to be like each other until they always accept each other. But there was nothing wrong with them in the first place. It was all an illusion. That's how it is when it comes to pure light. We are light. The skin that we are in, we are just all souls, our individual souls, but we're all connective consciousness all in one. That's why words don't really mean much. It's all about feeling. Now, I'm not going to dive off the deep end too much into that, but you should know that. And it's the truth. our skin is just the physical form. A lot of people, you say on different consciousness, different levels, different feelings, they're just on a lower form, which is not necessarily true. They can evolve or go up anytime. It's just sometimes a leap. When you get into the corona, the whatever you want to say it, the chakra, the last one, the one that you leave your head, you don't necessarily go in systematic order. It's all different. But it's better to start from primal and work your way to the top. It's just love, and it's just essence, no matter what goes on in your life, which is basically our natural state of being. People can't go there though, or think they need gurus or something along these lines, because they got to make a leap to get there, because they're afraid to love. And it's just, once you get to a point of loving, you don't make fun of people necessarily, and you don't bully people. It's just all love. It's all, you can just laugh anytime, feel good anytime. That being said, I do believe you have to have a natural state of health and be in a good essence. You have to have something to get there. You know, nature is the only teacher, though people can teach you this. Humans have that intellect. They have language, and they have special powers. Humans can do telekinesis, all the special things you don't think they are. We are more human than you think we are. We have special powers and things that are hidden from us we can actually do. We could all come together and define these powers. But the thing is, we have diverse cultures and diversity, and this is where the catch is. They want us to go against each other and divide us. Now, we all may have different ways of living or different things we thrive off of or feed off of, which would make sense depending on our environment, which is something we are just, but we also evolve, well, to some degree. But the past is a lot bigger than you think, and we also are like Superman or just superhumans. We really are. All the stuff they teach us in school was hell. I did a couple parts on those. It's just basically, it's just a lie, because they want to teach you about the intellect. The intellect is very good, but there's much more than that we should fundamentally know, which is feeling. And we are super. There's been studies, and I know it's true because I've experienced it, and many of us have. You could talk to people without speaking words to them. Even in jungles and further distance away, it's been studies of tribal people, cultural people, and especially tribes in Amazon, probably in Africa and all over the world too. They can connect telepathically when they're hunting or not with each other. They know. It's just the feeling. Once you're in tune with nature, or suffered so much, nature is the true teacher, then you know. That's why people say follow your gut or follow your intuition, because it's there for a reason. When people eat shitty food, or you get feed chemicals, or you're just brainwashed or dumbed down, numb to life, then you can't feel anything and you can't reciprocate what the world is trying to tell you. Even in ancient Ayurveda, they tell you you are an antenna. We're just an antenna. The things you stay out of the ground, maybe instead of the USA, the thing that Tesla made for free energy, we are just that. We are the pyramids. We only replicate ourselves, but for good reasons. But what I'm saying is, the whole pyramid and the free energy, pyramids are there. They know why they're there. They just lie to you and say they're fucking tombs and mummies and lie to you. And when you're young, then they distract you and don't want you to think about that stuff. They want you to work for them. That's basically it. Just know the richest people don't do shit. To some extent, the people who own the money, why would they do anything? They don't do anything. Just think, because you work 40 hours a week busting your ass doing whatever, just as long as you love what you do, no one's going to give a fuck what you do. That being said, you should give a fuck what you do, because no one else is going to give a fuck for you. That's why you have to do what you came here to do. Why am I saying this? Because people think just because you work 40 hours, whether you're boasting or taking pride in something, doesn't matter. It's about if you truly live your life. That's what matters at the end. Ultimately, it's helping other people. But then again, it's what you want to do, however you feel about life. I can't tell you that. Ultimately, it's up to you. And I'm unbiased in all my opinions. That being said, just know, don't think Donald Trump does the same work as somebody who does hard labor for 40 hours, or somebody who does yoga. Trump may have different levels of stress and different things. Everyone's going to have different levels of things, but a lot of people, smart people, have other people work for them or do the work for them. Doesn't even matter. You know, do whatever work you want to do. That's how it is. Work is a derogatory word, demonetizing word to me. I don't like the word work. It's not work. Words. Win, even though win doesn't sound too bad. Whip, wimp, what? They're all bad words. Kind of like negative words. It's all depending on how you look at it. I study words a lot, so I would know. I just kind of know. Knowing, like know, new, nice, night, like night as actual night, then the night sky. Nay. There's just, when you listen to the words bounce, bee, beam, Becky, bouncy, happy, harp, hell, even hell sounds good because words are pronounced a lot deeper than you could ever think of, and that's going to be a whole nother video. We're going to end this video here though. Hopefully that gives you a sample of our thing. And when I was talking about the reptilians, a good thing is, if you want to do this practice, I've done it before. Don't ask how it came to it. I've just really listened. Listen to words, how you really make a word. So let's just say snake. Listen to how it comes up from below the diaphragm. Snake. 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 We're hissing like a snake, like a reptilian. Don't you find that quite odd? They say we have a reptilian brain. Reptilians really love the sun. Not saying we are reptilians, but is there different species out there? And are there reptilians? Find out next time. But if you do listen to how you pronounce things before you pronounce them, just listen to the thought process and everything that comes, that even just to make the word, then to say the word, really see where these words come from and listen to them. It's quite primal and really to the core, I would say. So have a nice day. Interesting video.